Hey everyone, thank you so much for joining me. We're have a breaking update. There's a press conference going on right now, and for the missing Camila Mendoza Olmos, and I believe they may have found something. We're getting ready to get right to it right now and see what's going on with all of this in just a second here.
Today marks the 5th day since
Nope,
the 19-year-old girl from Northwest Bexar-County was last seen.
As the night team's John Paul Barajas explains.
2 seconds, y'all. I have it pulled up here. Where did it go?
Yeah, we're out here watching as many.
I literally just had the press conference up. And now I don't see the dang thing. Let me just go to this.
Pero también se sabe que el área donde la ropa que tiene puesto el cuerpo es similar a la
que nosotros teníamos figurados que ella llevaba puestas. There was a firearm missing in this case. We had not parted with that information publicly just yet, but I can tell you that there has been a firearm recovered at the scene where the body is.
They found a body somewhere.
The firearm that was missing did belong to a relative. The firearm that has been observed there at the crime scene, we haven't touched it yet. So we haven't gotten close enough to verify serial numbers. Sí, hay una pistola ahí con el cuerpo y sí.
Okay. And what happened?
Se había desaparecido.
How can I rewind it?
Una pistola le da en mente que puede ser un homicidio. Entonces tenemos que estar aquí por la mayoría de esta noche procesando todo. Entonces van a todavía haber actividades aquí de nosotros.
¿El médico forense podría tratarse de revelar los resultados de los exámenes?
¿Cómo dices?
¿El médico forense se podría tratar de revelar el resultado de los exámenes?
Ojalá para mí, mi preferencia es que tan pronto que se pueda. Ojalá en unos cuantos días nos pueden decir quién es esta persona que nosotros encontramos y qué fue la manera de fallecer.
Yo otra pregunta, solamente en esta semana hay 3 casos de mujeres desaparecidas, bueno, adolescentes. Una que es Sofía Gabriela.
No, Sofía ya la encontramos. Está bien. Está bien.
Comentar un poco dónde
Sí. He was just asking me about a young lady that we put on social media this morning, Sofia Cobos. We were actually in the process of reporting that she's been found alive and well when this call came in, so we kind of hit the stops on her. But Sofia's we're no longer looking for her. Thankfully, she's back with family and she's accounted for.
Me imagino que ya le notificaron a la familia de Camila que encontraron este cuerpo. ¿Cómo reaccionaron? ¿Qué le dijeron?
Bueno, no tengo mucha información en eso, solamente que nosotros sí mandamos un agente federal y una de nuestras investigadoras. Ellas las dos fueron y les dieron las noticias a la familia de Camila, que habíamos encontrado un cuerpo, pero no se sabe, yo no sé qué reaccionaron.
Por parte de la familia van a necesitar ADN o algo que para poder ver si es.
Pues a ver qué es lo que vamos a necesitar. No sé si el forénsico médico nos puede ayudar con huellas o con récords dentales o como sea, pero la familia han estado ayudándonos con todo lo que se necesita y ojalá tenemos las esperanzas que ellos van a seguir ayudándonos.
So is this early indications that it's self or that it could be a suicide?
I look at this point, we were certainly operating with that in mind. There had been some concerns early on. We didn't necessarily part with all of this information in detail, but there had been some concerns of depression, suicidal ideations made on Camila's part, to where we were considering that a very real possibility. Obviously, this body being found with a weapon very nearby, that's certainly, to me, the prevailing theory, but we're still going to process the scene as if it's possibly a homicide and possibly not her. But, obviously for us, we're operating with that as the main prevailing theory at this point.
How is the family holding up?
I don't have much information other than we did send a joint team to the house of an agent and a deputy an investigator from the sheriff's office, and they both delivered that notification to Camila's mom a little bit ago, but I don't know what the reaction was from there. And we, of course, we were not able to tell her definitively this is her because we just don't know at this point.
Was it the mounted deputies who found?
At this point, I don't know if it was a mounted deputy or a deputy on foot or a deputy or a drone. We had drones overhead as well. I'll probably be receiving that update here as we in just a few minutes. But it was a good joint team of BCSO and FBI. And once again, the FBI has just been great at this. DPS called us earlier. Chief Vince Luciano has been great. He's been calling me all day, asking if we needed any help. I've been receiving calls from law enforcement all over, offering up assistance. But FBI came through big time for us today.
¿El cuerpo presentaba alguna herida, algún golpe?
Ahorita no se sabe porque todavía no tocamos el cuerpo. Solamente encontramos el cuerpo, tapamos ahorita y luego ya no vamos a tocar el cuerpo hasta que llegue.
It sounds like they found her with a weapon.
On the tough times that she was having, from her phone, anything like that?
So from what I can gather, she was having a tough time with school, with work, with a relationship that had recently ended. I mean, just typical teen stuff that she had going on, and it's heartbreaking to have seen and read some of the things that we're reading, because it was pretty clear she was going through a very tough time. So, I mean, I use this as an opportunity to remind everybody out there, whether you've got kids this age or even well into adulthood, check on people and don't take anything for granted. Many times we hear, well, she was depressed, but she seemed to have gotten better all of a sudden. So everything must be okay. Well, sometimes when everything seems to be okay, it might be because they've made up their mind and they're coming to peace with the fact that they're going to end their own life. And so I don't mean to scare anybody with that, but don't always take that as a comfort and say, okay, we must be through the crisis. Definitely, if you're going through a crisis yourself, reach out and get help. If you suspect that a friend or family member is going through a tough time mentally, please get them the help that they need.
And also for people watching, we have the crisis hotline, right?
Sure, there's crisis hotlines. There's a national suicide hotline. You can always call the non-emergency number for the sheriff's office or for the SAPD. There's no shortage of numbers you can call, and absolutely people are going to be willing to come help.
And I know you joked up earlier, this is definitely a tough time, but how are you feeling?
I mean, it's tough. This is certainly not the outcome we were hoping for, right? We always hope in these situations that she's going to be fine and that she's with a boyfriend and just wanted to get away from everything and, not talk to anybody. You don't ever want any case to end like this. And although we're not yet at that point where we're ready to say that this is her, the fact is we've got a body and it's a distinct possibility.
Can you confirm the location? Was it the Burning Bush Landscaping?
It's a landscaping company very near here.
Was she wearing the same clothing that matched the description?
So we've got several different clothing descriptions that were put out that day. We got the one that was put on social media, but then somebody gave us an alternate clothing description, and the body is wearing clothing that's very similar to what was described to us.
Algo así, usted como padre y con que es de hijas, que tiene hijas, ¿cómo se siente si es que llega a ser ella que esto haya terminado de esta manera?
Bueno, mira, nosotros obviamente teníamos las esperanzas que la íbamos a encontrar con amigos, con un novio fuera del pueblo, no quería hablar con nadie, pero ya cuando se toca de encontrar un cuerpo, obviamente eso no es lo que queríamos. Entonces para nosotros lo único que yo puedo decir ahorita es que mi prioridad es poder averiguar si este cuerpo es de ella, y luego ya poderles ayudarles a la familia con lo que ellos necesiten en ese momento de nuestra agencia. Okay. Thank you all so much, guys.
Okay, we're going to start from the beginning. I've got it here. It sounds like there has been remains found, and allegedly a pew beside of her. We're going to watch here and see what they say from the very beginning.
For Camila. Is everybody ready? Good afternoon. I'm here to provide latest update on this case. As you know, we've spent the last several days looking for Camila. And the update that we have today is that we just recently, about 4:40, 4:45, found a body in the field nearby here. At this point, it's too early to tell if the body that we found is that of Camila, but at this point, we don't suspect foul play. As you all know, one of the possibilities that we were working under was the fear of self-harm. And at this point, there are some indicators that the body that we found may be as a result of that. Obviously, the medical examiner will have to make definitive identification, and we'll have to provide cause and manner of death. But as of now, we're processing the scene, and we hope to have more information to release as soon as we're able. The area in question is probably about, I'd say, as the crow flies, about a quarter of a mile from here, and probably a few hundred yards from her actual residence. It's an area very, very close to here. This afternoon, it was the folks that found the body it was a joint team comprised of BCSO and FBI. Incidentally, the FBI has been great partners in this investigation. Up to this point, they'd been really helping with intel work and processing digital evidence, but today they actually sent us basically a small army of agents that actually helped with boots on the ground work. And we actually this afternoon made a conscious decision to go back to an area that had already been checked, but due to tall grass, we felt that there would be a benefit to checking the area once again. And as I mentioned, probably about 10 minutes into that search, the body was found. And again, too early to tell who or a cause and manner, but we do have a body at this point. Esta tarde voy a dar más información tocante este caso que nosotros hemos andado investigando por varios días. Como ustedes saben, hemos andado buscando a Camila. Esta tarde, un equipo de oficiales con mi agencia, pero también agentes federales con el FBI, fueron trabajando juntos, ellos descubrieron un cuerpo. Ahorita es muy temprano para decir quién es este cuerpo o la manera de fallecer, pero sí se sabe que es un cuerpo. Ahorita no sospechamos homicidio, sino que ahorita estamos tratando de averiguar obviamente quién es esta persona y cómo fallecieron. El área, la escena donde está el cuerpo ahorita está cerca, aproximadamente cuarto de milla de aquí y cerca de la casa donde vivía Camila. Ahorita estamos procesando la escena, estamos esperando al médico forénsico para que nos digan quién es la persona y cómo fallecieron. I'll go ahead and give you a recap. So this afternoon about 4:40, 4:45, a joint team comprised of BCSO deputies and FBI agents were conducting an open field search of a field where we had already checked once before, but due to high brush, we made a conscious decision to head back out there and check again. They found what we believe to be a body at this point. It's too early to tell who the body is or cause and manner of death. The medical examiner will be making both of those determinations, but we hope that we can try to expedite that process to be able to get the community answers that everybody's been waiting for. Any questions?
Sir,
During the course of the investigation, we developed some information that there may have been some suicidal ideations on Camila's part before, some signs of depression, undiagnosed as far as we can tell, but from what's being described to us, it sounds like it was a young person going through a very tough time in their life and going through some emotional issues, and there was some indicators of suicidal ideations as well.
sir, el cuerpo de la persona que se encontraba es un hombre o una mujer.
Ahorita no se sabe, no podemos decir.
What kind of, any obvious injuries to the body?
No, at this point, no. I mean, I can tell you that we found a firearm very near the body. And in this particular case, we were actually looking for a firearm as well that had come up missing.
And did that firearm belong to a relative?
It was a family member's firearm, yes.
I know we didn't have any surveillance or any. Did we create a tracer? Do we have any more footage of that?
No, I mean, the last video we put out yesterday was a video from somebody's dash cam that had seen somebody matching the description that we had put out on social media that day. At this point, we're still not 100% that the person in that video is Camila. Although the clothing description did match, we received several different kinds of clothing description of clothing she could be wearing at the time. And so at this point, it's too early to tell if this is actually her, but we're operating on that distinct premise.
Quisieran seguir buscando videos o información para poder determinar cómo pasó todo.
Pues quisiéramos pedir más videos de la comunidad. Obviamente el video de ayer ojalá nos ayudó un poco, pero también se sabe que el área donde ella fue encontrada o el cuerpo fue encontrado, está cerca de la casa. Es posible que si es ella, ella pudiera haber cruzado a ese punto sin cámaras verla a esa hora también. Yes, the area where the body was found is very close to Camila's home. And it's quite possible that based upon the canvassing that we did, not every house had camera footage or cameras. So it is possible that at that time of the day, on that day, she may have made it out to that area without going across any camera. So it's possible no camera footage exists, but we would still ask people on that street to double check their cameras again. Yes, sir.
How long will it take for the medical examiner to determine?
So I'm guessing in the next day or two they'll be able to tell us a little bit more about who the body is, and then hopefully soon thereafter cause and manner of death as well.
Sé que unos no saben si es ella o no, pero hay algo en el cuerpo de mujer hombre que dé la indicación de que hay una posibilidad de que pueda ser ella.
La ropa que tiene puesto el cuerpo es similar a la ropa que nosotros teníamos figurados que ella llevaba puesta.
Was there a firearm missing? And if so,
There was a firearm missing in this case. We had not parted with that information publicly just yet, but I can tell you that there has been a firearm recovered at the scene where the body is missing from the home. Yes.
So have you confirmed that firearm belonged to that relative?
The firearm that was missing did belong to a relative. The firearm that has been observed there at the crime scene, we haven't touched it yet. So we haven't gotten close enough to verify serial numbers. Sí hay una pistola ahí con el cuerpo y sí sabemos que en este caso una pistola se había desaparecido de la casa. Una pistola que pertenecía a un pariente.
¿Van a dejar de buscar en el área? Porque ahorita todavía no se sabe si
Pues todavía vamos a dejar una presencia aquí en el área. Nosotros vamos a estar aquí por cuando menos esta noche procesando la escena. Porque ahorita, aunque no sospechamos homicidio, todavía tenemos que manejar la investigación con esa posibilidad en mente que puede ser un homicidio. Entonces tenemos que estar aquí por la mayoría de esta noche procesando todo. Entonces van a todavía haber actividades aquí de nosotros.
El médico forense podría tratarse en revelar los resultados de los exámenes.
¿Cómo dice?
El médico forense se podría tardar en revelar el resultado de los exámenes.
Ojalá para mí, mi preferencia es que tan pronto que se pueda. Ojalá en unos cuantos días nos pueden decir quién es esta persona que nosotros encontramos y qué fue la manera de fallecer.
Yo te lo pregunta, solamente en esta semana hay 3 casos de mujeres desaparecidas con adolescentes. Una es Sofía Gabriela.
No, Sofía ya la encontramos. Está bien, está bien. Sí, sí. He was just asking me about a young lady that we put on social media this morning, Sofia Cobos. We were actually in the process of reporting that she's been found alive and well when this call came in. So we kind of hit the stops on her. But Sofia's we're no longer looking for her. Thankfully, she's back with family and she's accounted for.
Me imagino que ya le notificaron a la familia de Camila que encontraron este cuerpo. ¿Cómo reaccionaron? ¿Qué le dijeron?
Bueno, no tengo mucha información en eso, solamente que nosotros sí mandamos una agente federal y una de nuestras investigadoras. Ellas las dos fueron y les dieron las noticias a la familia de Camila que habíamos encontrado un cuerpo, pero no se sabe, yo no sé qué reaccionaron.
Por parte de la familia van a necesitar ADN o algo que para poder ver si es...
Pues a ver qué es lo que vamos a necesitar. No sé si el forénsico médico nos puede ayudar con huellas o con récords dentales o como sea, pero la familia han estado ayudándonos con todo lo que se necesita y ojalá tenemos las esperanzas que ellos van a seguir ayudándonos.
So is this early indications that it's that it could be a suicide?
Look, at this point, we were certainly operating with that in mind. There had been some concerns early on. We didn't necessarily part with all of this information in detail, but there had been some concerns of depression, suicidal ideations made on Camila's part, to where we were considering that a very real possibility. Obviously this body being found with a weapon very nearby, that's certainly, to me, the prevailing theory, but we're still going to process the scene as if it's possibly a homicide and possibly not her. But, obviously for us, we're operating with that as the main prevailing theory at this point.
How is the family holding up?
I don't have much information other than we did send a joint team to the house of an agent and a deputy an investigator from the sheriff's office, and they both delivered that notification to Camila's mom a little bit ago, but I don't know what the reaction was from there. And we were not able to tell her definitively this is her because we just don't know at this point. At this point, I don't know if it was a mounted deputy or a deputy on foot or a deputy or a drone. We had drones overhead as well. I'll probably be receiving that update here in just a few minutes. But it was a good joint team of BCSO and FBI. And once again, the FBI has just been great at this. DPS called us earlier. Chief Vince Luciano has been great. He's been calling me all day, asking if we needed any help. I've been receiving calls from law enforcement all over, offering up assistance. But FBI came through big time for us today. Ahorita no se sabe porque todavía no tocamos el cuerpo. Solamente encontramos el cuerpo. tapamos ahorita y luego ya no tocamos, no vamos a tocar el cuerpo hasta que llegue el forénsico.
Can you elaborate on the tough times that she was having? Do you know of anything from her phone, anything like that?
So from what I can gather, she was having a tough time with school, with work, with a relationship that had recently ended. I mean, just typical teen stuff that she had going on, and it's heartbreaking to have seen and read some of the things that we're reading, because it was pretty clear she was going through a very tough time. So, I mean, I use this as an opportunity to remind everybody out there, whether you've got kids this age or even well into adulthood, check on people and don't take anything for granted. Many times we hear, well, she was depressed, but she seemed to have gotten better all of a sudden. So everything must be okay. Well, sometimes when everything seems to be okay, it might be because they've made up their mind and they're coming to peace with the fact that they're going to end their own life. And so I don't mean to scare anybody with that, but don't always take that as a comfort and say, okay, we must be through the crisis. Definitely, if you're going through a crisis yourself, reach out and get help. If you suspect that a friend or family member is going through a tough time mentally, please get them the help that they need.
And also for people watching, we have a crisis hotline.
Sure, there's crisis hotlines. There's a national suicide hotline. You can always call the non-emergency number for the sheriff's office or for the SAPD. There's no shortage of numbers you can call, and absolutely people are going to be willing to come help.
And I know you joked up earlier, this is definitely a tough time, but how are you feeling?
I mean, it's tough. This is certainly not the outcome we were hoping for, right? We always hope in these situations that that she's going to be fine and that she's with a boyfriend and just wanted to get away from everything and not talk to anybody. You don't ever want any case to end like this. And although we're not yet at that point where we're ready to say that this is her, the fact is we've got a body and it's a distinct possibility.
Can you tell me the location? Was it the Burning Bush Landscaping?
It's a landscaping company very near here.
Was she wearing the same clothing that matched the description?
So we've got several different clothing descriptions that were put out that day. We got the one that was put on social media, but then somebody gave us an alternate clothing description, and the body is wearing clothing that's very similar to what was described to us.
Algo así, usted como padre que es de hijas, ¿cómo se siente si es que llega a ser ella que esto haya terminado de esta manera?
Bueno, mira, nosotros obviamente teníamos las esperanzas que la íbamos a encontrar con amigos, con un novio fuera del pueblo, no quería hablar con nadie, pero ya cuando se toca de encontrar un cuerpo, obviamente eso no es lo que queríamos. Entonces para nosotros lo único que yo puedo decir ahorita es que mi prioridad es poder averiguar si este cuerpo es de ella y luego ya poderles ayudarles a la familia con lo que ellos necesiten en ese momento de nuestra agencia. Okay. Thank you all so much, guys.
All right, guys. So we are learning that that they do believe that Camila Mendoza Olmos has been found. That is not a 100% confirmation. They can't do a 100% confirmation until the medical examiner and there's been testing done. But they do believe that 19-year-old Camila Mendoza Olmos has been found. They do believe that this is a self-inflicted scene that they found very close to the home. The sheriff did say that they had searched the area before, and around 4:40 or 4:45 today, police and FBI agents went to search that area again because the grass was very high in that area, and that they found some remains. The sheriff goes on and he says that Camila had some signs of undiagnosed depression, that there were other times that she wanted to end it, and there was a firearm near her body. They said that there was a firearm that the family was missing as well, that they did not, meaning when I say they, the police, did not end up saying that that she may have taken a pew pew with her. I'm going to show you where, from what someone sent me. Again, I've not been able to independently confirm this, but I do want to say someone sent me where they believe the area that she was found, and we're going to go there with Google Earth right now. Guys, if you're just joining us, please hit that thumbs up button. Would greatly appreciate that, and share this live out. It's supposed to be, from what I understand, it's a landscaping area right here. And they said there was some, she was found somewhere, I'm assuming right through here. This is what they call burning bush. And it is a landscaping material and supply center. And as you can see, there's trees and brush all around. Big area. Right, big area. And lots of greenery. So we can go to the map here. Oops. Just kind of, let me go over here. So I'm guessing they're saying somewhere in here where they said the grasses were high. This is from what I'm understanding right now. It's not, I mean, this is the thing. When they say it's not been confirmed, in my opinion, I'll just say this, they wouldn't have a press conference so quickly. This person appeared to be dressed like Camila. And I'm assuming that the firearm, they was able to probably match the firearm that the one that they were missing, right? They just can't, they can never 100% confirm it legally until the coroner has made a report and confirmed it. So I think we know. You know what I mean? And it's cold out. Yeah, I don't know what, for my San Antonio, Central Texas people, what's the weather been like? I know one day it was cold. I still have a lot of questions in this case. I honestly do. They're going to treat this, they said, as it were a homicide. Not that they don't think it's a homicide or anything, but they're going to take every precaution just to make sure, because you don't know until you know. But it appears, based upon what they have seen, that it's self-inflicted on appearances, and based upon what the family and friends have told about Camilla, that she was struggling with some things in school, and she had just went through a breakup and all of that, and she had undiagnosed what seemed to be depression. 40s, is that during the daytime or whatever? Hey Dolores, thank you, honey. So sad. Such a tragic loss. It is. It is. I'm actually nauseous right now, to be quite honest with you. That I was uh, doing a live. I was getting ready to go live anyway with this case, and then there was this press conference and I just fired up the live. Um, okay, Nana, gotcha, honey. Um, okay. The day she went missing, it was hot. It was short weather. Now it's cooler, late, like in the 40s. Okay. Yeah. What's the daytime though? Hmm. Let's see here. 1 second. He said her father doesn't believe that it was her in that video. Okay. Let's go watch that. 1 second here. This was the father that mapping out. 1 second. We're going to go watch what the father said earlier. I want to hear what he says about that. Um, there is 3 girls currently missing, or was missing earlier. I think one of them, let me check here. Let's see, what did they interview? Let's go here. Guys, do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button. Share the live out, would mean a lot. Okay, and here we go.
You were at the press conference yesterday with the sheriff. There is new dash cam video. Tell me your thoughts on that.
Oh, it ain't her. She's a thin young lady, 110. You know, weighing 110, and that video looks like the dash cam. Looks like a heavier person, at least 120. I'm a runner. Always ran my life, years, 7 miles a day. It's not her. You can tell the person running, good at it. He has shorts. I'll see that foot coming. The camera. It ain't her.
No.
It ain't her. Not at all.
What do you hear?
Wow, that's interesting. So he says that's not. Well, we're talking about the dash cam footage, not the footage in front of her car, right? And he says that wasn't her either.
From detectives and things like that?
Oh, they're on the case. They're putting all. I told them, please go hands down, all hands down on it, please. It's alive. You know, it's alive. We're talking about a life. It's not a game. You know, it's alive. My daughter, and time's going by, and it hurts more.
Absolutely. We're day 6, Alfonso.
6th day. It's agony. You know, pain. It's hard.
No, it's very
Break
hard.
down. Break.
I know.
Bless his heart.
You got people coming in and out. I mean, we got people from Houston. This is
Yes.
worldwide. This is getting a lot of
Worldwide.
attention, Alfonso. I mean, all eyes are on your daughter right now.
Yes, I'm real thankful. Yeah, all the support, people, the Tim Miller Association, that's what I said, and the Global Search, they're here too. Everybody, and you know, makes that's what stands, you know, in my faith. First thing, I couldn't do anything without God first. You know, with always God's first. I know He decides His hands. We're on His hands, on God. I always put God first, in all the help. You would see it here.
So today,
You know,
what are we doing? We're getting organized,
we're
correct?
getting organized. Yeah, the rescue teams are here. You see that one here, Global Search. And then I heard there's another one coming from Houston. So the spots they haven't checked or they're going to go, they still start spending. If we did 3 or 6 miles span or knock doors or as a community to be upfront, please. It's devastating,
I know,
for me.
yeah.
Like a father, I know they watching this interview. You guys got kids or fathers. I never wish that. Nobody. Never experienced it. First time. Don't wish that to nobody. Wouldn't like to be in this situation.
No.
Heart's broken. Like I said it plenty of times, still broken, but I'm faith in God. That's the one that keeps me up.
Yeah, and it's day 6, and I can see the emotion wearing
I
on
know.
you each day.
That's so true. That's so true. Lost Voice is an actual parent who loves his child in pain is heartbreaking. Take note, Daniel NCP. This is how real fathers are.
I know we know how
And
you're doing,
on.
but how are you getting through this right now?
My faith in God, like I told you, my faith in God, prayers.
Yes, for those of you just joining us, Camila Mendoza Olmos, they believe, was found very close to her home near a landscaping business, just about 4:40 local time today, and they believe that this is self-inflicted, and she was fighting some depression. It is not 100% confirmed yet, but however, the family has been notified. They cannot 100% confirm anything until, yeah, Claudia, exactly. They can't confirm 100% anything until obviously the coroner has made it, determination and confirmed her identity. But they wouldn't have had a press conference otherwise if it
Family,
wasn't her.
they're Christians, Catholics, all religions. I had a call this morning from a cousin from Virginia named Peter Geisar.
Yes. So the family was allegedly, they were missing a firearm. The police did not tell the public that, however, and there was a firearm found next to Camilla.
He has his own church in Virginia. We're out there praying this morning. And prayers, words of prayers from Mexico, here, all over. And everybody knows me, all over, family, everywhere. Said LA, Vegas, California, Chicago, Mexico. I got family like that. Northern California. They all call me.
No, the area had actually been searched, but there was high grasses and they didn't feel confident enough that it was searched good. So around 4 o'clock today, they went to search that area again. And about 4:40, 4:45 local time, they found Camilla.
I don't get the calls. So that's, I don't got the time. This is more important. I know that this is support, but just keep on praying. If I'm at an answer, it's not that no one got the time. This is.
That's what I'm wondering, CJ, TL. Like, did she go to her car to get the pew pew? But I don't know why she would go to the car because the family said that they were missing a firearm from their home. Now, she could have taken it prior to that, right? She could have taken it prior, but I don't know. I mean, again, the photo that we see with someone next to the car, that is a dude. I've just never been able to believe that that's her.
It was my priority, my focus, number one priority, my daughter. And the FBI, if there's a message to them, like a father, please help me out. Go deep on it. I know you guys could do it. Bring her home. Sorry I'm breaking down, but it hurts. That's why I asked the FBI or
I know, Sandwich.
help me out, please. Get all hands.
And that's the thing. Like, the holidays are a very joyous time for a lot of people, but it's also a very painful time for a lot of people. And she was allegedly, having trouble with school. At some points, she had just had a recent breakup. It was mutual, uh, from what the boyfriend said. I think he was going to go to a school up north. Um, but sometimes it's not. You can pretend that it's cool that you're breaking up, right? But you're really heartbroken, especially at that age. Oh my God, I used to get so lovesick. We've all been there, right? At that age. And it's real pain, real pain.
Sunday.
And now,
Sick.
Alfonso, there's literally no leads in this case. I mean, that one footage we have from the neighbor with the ring camera footage, do you believe that's her? That outside,
No,
outside her car?
No, couldn't be her. I know her. She's a thin lady.
There you go. There you go. Dad said he doesn't believe that's her either, out there next to the car. Right? So they said one thing that the police did say early on, and it stuck in my mind, and that's why I didn't want to truly like blame anybody or anything at this point, because he said we found some things on her phone that may given us an idea. And I thought, oh, that's either she's with someone or it's a note. A a note. And but I still want them to take this, and I'm sure they will. The FBI is there, and it's seriously, they're going to take this seriously, and they're going to comb through this 100%.
It ain't her. I'm a thin person, runner. I'm thin, thin. I'm thin. My jacket. It's cold out here.
Yes, Sassy. Exactly. Exactly. He said that they found some. He wouldn't say what it was, but he said they found some things on her iPad and her phone. But she was just sleeping with her mom just a few hours before, and then gets up, and she just didn't want to face another day. And it's a real pain when you're there, because there's been times in all of our lives where you've just felt like giving up, and it's went through your mind, at least in all of our lives, almost. I think just about everyone, if we're honest with ourselves. But sometimes when you are so low in that moment, you just feel like there is nothing else, that it's never going to get better, that the pain is just too much, and you just don't want to be in pain anymore. Right. um and you just, the sad thing is that they just can't see that, especially, everything in life is temporary. Everything. Life is temporary. itself, and nothing lasts forever. Um, but at those ages right there, especially when you're young, you're a teenager, and I say 25 and below, everything is just magnified. You care about stuff that you've lived enough life after, in your 30s or whatever. The the things that bother you then, a lot of it will not bother you in your 30s. Um, but I just I she had undiagnosed. Yeah. Yeah, Raquel, we just played the press conference. Thank you so much. And we're watching Dad here.
I'm a thin guy. She was a thin, like,
So
you know.
neither both
I,
footages that we have, you don't believe either one of her is her. That's your daughter. You would know, right?
I wouldn't know because, maybe she won because it don't look like, it's not a good picture.
Right. And then there's not a lot of surveillance video or anything that captured really a good clear picture that it could be her. This is all possibilities that it could be her.
There's a possibility, but I haven't seen it. It don't look, and I know she's my baby girl. I always got her clothes when she was little. She never put baggy clothes. And, that looks like a heavy person. I'm saying she never wore baggy stuff. She fitted when she started at 14, she started buying all clothes. I give her money. Would give her 200. We'll go to the mall, whatever she wanted. Would grab her, I'll pick my own clothes. I mean,
And I know
I mean, you have to fight like hell for your life. Just like you would fight. Many times we won't fight for our own selves like we would for the ones we love, right? But your loved ones want you to fight just as hard for yourself as you would for them. And so you have to fight like hell with depression. If you, most people have at least some sort of depression, at least some time in their life, and some people deal with it a lot. Yeah, he said no baggy clothes. Yeah, sure did. And so you've really got to fight that and live the best life you can. Live the best life you possibly can. You only get so many trips around the sun. I say it all the time. And because of that, it's very temporary here. Very, very temporary. And make it the best you possibly can. My mom stayed depressed all the time. Now my dad, with his dementia, struggles with it every day. Yeah. But, you know, you're meant to be whole. You're
you and
meant
her
to live a good
mother
life
are divorced.
yes.
How is that
despite
going
all
on
the
with you
shit.
two and dealing with the disappearance of your daughter?
Regarding, excuse me,
Yeah. How is she doing, your ex-wife, the
I'm
mother?
pretty sure we haven't had that much contact. I know she's hurting like me too. She's the mother. I'm hurting, but I'm hurting too. My heart is broken. I'm hurting.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely, she's a mother. She's
It
the one
seems that
gave
way,
birth.
Ruby. Yeah.
I know she's hurting. We're all hurting, and there's a lot of pain. It's hurting. What keeps me, my faith in God, and all the support. Like I said it plenty of times. So grateful. All the things here, all the support nationwide. I'm getting prayers. The people I don't know. Thank you. Thank you. Honor, find her, keep on praying for me. The prayers is keeping me standing. Not I couldn't do. The prayers and the faith in God.
What is your message to your daughter?
My message: I love you, Camila. Come home to daddy. Like it's always said, I'm your daddy. Daddy's home. Like I want you to come home. You always said, daddy's home. And I want to say, Camila, come home to daddy. Come home. Stay. They always said the song "Daddy's Home." When I come for her, daddy's home. I want to say, Camila, come home to daddy. That's our song. That's our song. Come home to daddy.
Thank you, Alfonso, for talking to us. We appreciate it.
I know where it is. JTEX. I showed it just a minute ago, honey. She was found right next to where I can show you. She is found in this area where the burning bush what's it called? Landscaping. Couldn't think of it. And this is the area that she was found in. And like this is where she lives. Right. Like this is where she lives. And that just shows you how close. I know. I agree. Hey, Michelle. Hi, Justin and chat. Thank you for all your work to keep us updated. Thank you, honey. I appreciate you, Michelle. And really do appreciate your continued support, my friend. Can't do it without you. Thank you for those kind words. Yes. So for those of you just joining us, there was a press conference. You can rewind this live stream and you can watch it. Camila Mendoza Olmos, 19 years old, of Bexar-County, San Antonio, Texas. She was found very close to her home. What they believe is a self-inflicted pew-pew shot. They found her at about 4:45 today, local time. That would be 4:45 Central Time. And the sheriff in the press conference, he said that the family was missing a gun, and they had not notified the public of that. But they were missing. The family was missing a gun, and that she was going through undiagnosed depression, is what the sheriff. That's how he used the words, and that she had unaliving, self-inflicted unaliving ideation at different times in her life. There was a firearm near her body as well. Now, they have notified the family, they have done a press conference, all of that. However, they still have not 100% confirmed that, because obviously the coroner hasn't done the testing and all that. But there's been a press conference and the family has been notified. Right? So very bad. Susan, thank you so much, my dear, for 11 continuous months. Really do appreciate that. Prayers for the family. They certainly need this. This happened. She went missing on Christmas Eve, y'all. Christmas Eve. That is really tough. From Christmas Eve, the 24th, to now, today being the 30th. Nearly a week. Yeah, 6 days. Nearly a week of hell, and it just got worse. It just got worse for them. So yes, they certainly need the prayers. Thank you so much, my friend. Appreciate that very much. And Miss Mallory, thank you so much, my dear. Justin, I love you and all my YouTube family. We love you, Miss Mallory, and thank you so much for your support. Appreciate that. Robin, thank you so much. 19 months. My heart breaks for her and her family. Reach out, everyone. It's okay to ask for help. We love you, Justin. I love you too, Miss Robin. Thank you for that message and thank you for your support. Really, really do appreciate that. You're an OG girl. Yeah, yeah. Uh, man, I'm thinking that this breakup, I still want to know when this breakup happened because, again, the mom, Camilla's mother, she contacted Camilla's stepfather. And then after that, she contacted Camilla's ex boyfriend, but she said boyfriend. And so I'm wondering if this happened really, relatively in the last few days. You know what I mean? Um, for those of you that wasn't here just a little bit ago, I was mentioning the other day the sheriff in the press conference, not the press conference today, but the other day, the sheriff said that there was things that was found on Camilla's phone and her iPad, and that might help lead them in a specific direction. Um, and I thought at that point, this must be either she's with a guy or it's a note that she may have ended it. And that makes me wonder, was there any notes on her iPad, her phone, or whatever? I'm sure we're going to learn more in the days ahead, and the family, eventually speaking out, or the boyfriend or whatever. What was she like the night that she went? Before she went to bed, was she excited for Christmas? Um, was she down? Uh, what was it? Was it a normal thing for her mom to sleep in bed with her? It can be, especially to women, culturally, and there's things, different things. Uh, so was her mom in bed for any special reason? Was she depressed because of that? And her mom was, you know, with her trying to comfort her maybe or keep her calm. Um, it's okay, just a little emotional long search. And so much was hidden from us. Thank you, Allison. Thank you so much, Allison. For all of people that's been in here. Okay, Boogie, thank you so much. That is searched. One second. Okay, we're getting some breaking news right here. Thank you so much. This is at the scene right now, where she was found. One second. One second here. Okay. This is virtually right behind her house. Virtually right behind her house. Her mother is Rosario. And you can tell she's just had really good parents. Really good parents, you know. But this is live. It is what, 6:39 local time. They're in San Antonio, Texas. It appears that there is that an ambulance or a fire? Okay, see, there's burning brush right there, burning brush. And that is a, what is it? I never can think of it. Mulch landscaping business. The grass was very tall. What's that, Skunky? Allison says, yesterday the family knew she was going to know. In my opinion, they all referred to her as past tense, but searchers remained hopeful. I think, you know your family member. You know what I mean? Like, you know your family member. Especially your kid. You know what they're, if they're going to. Did I say virtually outside? I'm sorry if I did. I apologize. Skunky, I apologize if I said that. Lovely's house, yes. It appears that she, this is self-inflicted. She had been dealing with some undiagnosed depression. And they're treating this as a crime until it's not, right? They don't believe that this is a crime. I want to make that clear. Olmos had recently ended a romantic relationship, according to the Bexar-County Sheriff's Department. The breakup was described as amicable, and police are not currently working on the assumption that her ex is involved in her disappearance, cops said. Let's see here. It's unclear when the pair was last together. They had searched this area before. However, they said that it was very tall grasses and that they had not felt, comfortable that it was searched thoroughly. And so the FBI and I guess local law enforcement was out there at about 4:45 today, and that is whenever they located Camilla. And yeah, you can tell that she was so loved by her family. I can only imagine the hell they are going through right now. Yeah. 19 is a very awkward age. It was awkward for us, and that was, a lot of us, the internet was just getting started. There was no social media and all of that. And there's just a lot more standards now, a lot more pressure.
So how close can
Did they bring dogs in to search for her? Yes, they did. And the dogs did not find her.
I think so.
I think they're getting ready to do an interview for the news here.
That's all right.
Bear with me 1 second.
Sorry, we have to get another battery.
Oh, they're grabbing another battery.
It's just very sad. There appears to be some regular people there who don't appear to be. Yeah, there's probably people, searchers, and all of that, and people passing by and looking. It's not what everyone wanted to know. I wish, you know, she can see how many people care
For
for
your
her
top part of
now,
your camera? Okay.
right? Because every life truly matters,
No, you're good.
truly does. God made each of us
I know.
so individual.
You need a flashlight?
And you love when you
How close can I get? So sorry again, if you could just first and last
So,
name.
Linda,
Yes.
if you're just
My
joining
name is
us,
Lori Whitmire, Lori Whitmire, Wittmeyer, and I'm
read
the
the
case
bottom.
intake manager for Search and Support San Antonio.
Lori, y'all have
Yes,
been
I see
very
you.
involved since the start of this case. And obviously, this is not the outcome anyone was hoping for. But based off what we know so far, are you confident that this is coming up?
Well, it is believed to be the remains of Camila Mendoza Olmos, and we'd like to extend our deepest condolences to the family if that's the case. It is just heartbreaking. This is not how we want to end any search. This is not how. It's not the outcome we were hoping for.
And you were talking about having a feeling about this area because it had already been searched before. In your experience, what made you think that crews should come back?
Well, we did get some guidance from some psychics, if you will, who volunteered information about this particular area. This area did make sense from the standpoint of it. She could have walked here without being on any road, which would explain why she was not on any ring cameras. She could have just cut back between the houses near her home and walked in the back of this landscaping business. So it could be.
As you know, with your experience in these cases, when it comes to mental health, I mean, what is your message? I guess, what are you hoping people take away from this? though it is such a tragedy?
There's always help. There's always someone that can help you, or there are always agencies that can help you. If you need help, if you feel depressed, reach out. And there are many people that are willing to help you. This is just a temporary situation. There is always a solution. There's always a way to get help. This beautiful young lady had her entire life ahead of herself, and for some reason she didn't feel like she did. She didn't know that, and it's that alone is a tragedy. But there's always help. If someone doesn't know where to reach out, they could always reach out to us at Search and Support, and we can help them find resources. Can call 988, and they will assist them as well.
A lot of the times there are people on the internet who may not have helped themselves, but they may kind of point blame, saying, "Why didn't you guys search further?" Can you kind of explain the complexity of the search and why it's not that easy?
Certain. Well, there were numerous search groups out that came to look for this young lady. This type of situation is very compelling, and everyone wants to help. There are a lot of people that came without being affiliated with the search group, and what was important for Sheriff Salazar to do was to try and coordinate the efforts and to try and streamline that, to make sure people weren't tripping over themselves, and to make sure that people could do could not interfere with the search for the Bexar County Sheriff's Department as well. And I think what's important to know is that even though we're search groups, we have to play by the same rules. We're not allowed to go on private property. We're not allowed to do things. We have to play by the same rules, and that's important for us, because we want to be able to do the right thing, search in the right way, and we do not want to do anything that could inadvertently taint any evidence they may or may not have.
And so you mentioned how BCSO has been so organized.
Yes.
Is this the best that you've seen them handle a situation like this?
Certainly the best that I've experienced firsthand. They had the search groups come and report to them, let them know where they wanted to search, and they gave approval. So they made certain that none of us got in each other's way, that we didn't get in their way. And I think the organization was really superb in this particular situation.
You've been able to spend some time with family and talk with family. What kind of young woman was Camila?
She was a beautiful young woman. And actually, after talking to her friends and her family, I feel like I know her, and I feel like this is my loss too. Very intelligent young lady. She is very, very in touch with religion and God, and just one of the, seemingly by all accounts, nicest young ladies you could ever meet. Very good person, good values, and it's a tragedy.
In those conversations with family, but did they ever imagine this could be the outcome? Were there ever those thoughts?
I don't think so. I don't believe anyone ever thought that. No, of course, nobody wants to believe that this could be the outcome. And she was always such a lovely young lady, always smiling, always bright, always pleasant. That if she had these deep issues, she hit it very well. Just that I know all of us are deeply saddened by this situation, and we wish nothing but the best for the family. And we would wish that everyone give them grace and time to heal, and time to grieve in their own space. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
So that seemed to be an advocate for self-inflicted harm, if I can't say the word on here, but she was talking about Camila, how she was a bright young lady who loved God. And
We can give it a minute.
I know a lot of you guys were shocked when she said that they had reached out to psychics. to, for information. And I guess some of the psychics said that apparently looked behind the house because she was not seen on
If anything, I'll say but
any camera. And
keep it at that. I'll be back.
across this road right here where you see is her home. That is her home right there. And I'm not sure if this is ending or what. Hello, Ann. Good to see you. Grace. Yeah. And I will put those numbers right here. We always have those ready. If you are ever need help, it is always 24/7, 365 days a year. 1-800-273-8255. You can call, or I think you can call 988 as well. Let's see.
I'll be back.
There we go. It was just buffering. Oops, it's done. Let me see when they first got there. That's burning bush right here. See if they did any other interviews. Did they do any other interviews? And they found her at about 4:40, 4:45 Central Time, local time there in San Antonio today. And it gets dark rather early this time of year, and so they're going to be there, I would assume, all night. It's going to be a very long night for the police and the FBI and all of them. And that being said, they have just worked nonstop through the holiday, day and night, for the past 6 days. 6 days. And wow, they have to also do their normal work. And they're going to be working through the night as well. Have they told the location? Yes, this is right behind her home. Right behind her home. Where Camila was believed to have been found. Yeah. So, I can show you here. I mean, let me just show you how close this is. On the map here. If you go and look at this. Okay. This is Camila's home, right? Camila's home. It is right here in this area she was found. We're right here. So this is why she was not seen on any camera at all. I mean, if you go, okay, let's do this. Wait. No. Don't know what the hell that is. 1 second. I need to go back. Yeah, the burning bush. Let me show you here on Google Earth. how literally how close it is. So check this out, guys. So here is her street, right? We are right here. Right here. And let's do measurements. Okay. We're talking about like a little over a 1,000 feet according to Google. Thank you, Kay. Thank you, honey. We're talking a little over 1,000 feet. That's how close, very, very, very close that they ended up finding her. Her friend said in X that she was paranoid and irritated. Really? Well, she may have, it's the sheriff said that she's had a lot of undiagnosed mental health concerns. And listen, go get help. If you need help, go get it. Nothing wrong with it. Make your life better. Make your life better. It's truly the best thing that you can do for yourself and your family. Prayers just go out to the poor father and mother. And remember, Camila has a brother that's very, very close to same age. And I feel bad for, the boyfriend and all that as well. We're getting some stuff in here. Bear with me 1 second. Okay, here we go. We're going to go to this. Here we go. Guys, do me a favor. Please hit that thumbs up button if you haven't yet. Greatly appreciate it.
The Bexar-County Sheriff's Office confirming a body has been found near an area where authorities have been searching for missing 19-year-old Camila Olmos.
The body found near the Wild Horse subdivision at a landscaping company on the northwest side. News 4 San Antonio's Taylor Warmby joins us live where the sheriff just wrapped up a news conference. Taylor, bring us up to date.
Jonathan, Mandy, the sheriff says the body was found close to the home where Camila Olmos lived. Now, the sheriff holding a news conference just after 5:15 tonight. He said it is too early to confirm if the body found is that of Camila Olmos, but he said there were signs that indicate that it could be Camila. The sheriff said there was no foul play suspected in the body that was found, but there was a gun found nearby, and the sheriff said that gun belongs to a family member of Camila's.
One of the possibilities that we were working under was the fear of self-harm. And at this point, there are some indicators that the body that we found may be as a result of that. Obviously, the medical examiner will have to make definitive identification.
The body was found near a landscaping business located along FM 1560, which is not far from the family's home. Now, the sheriff says they are waiting on the medical examiner to determine the cause and manner of death, which could take a day or two. We'll keep you posted and follow this as it develops. But reporting live, I'm Taylor Wartenby. Back to you.
Taylor, one of the things that the sheriff discussed was whether the person that they found was wearing what Camila was described as having worn when she disappeared. Can you talk a little bit about what he said?
Absolutely. He said the description changed a little bit, but the body that was found does match that description. So that's why they believe this is Camila. But it has to be confirmed, of course.
All right, Taylor, thanks a lot for that. And of course, the sheriff also mentioned they're hoping that that will be an expedited process as well.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. Today's discovery was, as we mentioned, made by a landscaping company near the family's house.
It was an area search crews had been to before. It has tall grass, but FBI agents and Bexar-County Sheriff's Office deputies today decided to go back and check again. News 4 San Antonio's Destiny Fuller is live. And Destiny, what are you seeing right now?
Mandy, Jonathan, we're right over here off of FM 1560, just behind me. This is not exactly the scene that we saw when we first got here. There was only one sheriff vehicle, but since then, we've seen several roll in here. We've also seen groups of friends, families, supporters, some of the more familiar faces that we've seen ever since Camila Olmos was reported missing on Christmas Eve. When we first got here, we were told that we weren't allowed to go onto the drive of the Burning Bush property. We were turned around and we parked on the opposite side of the street. But as I said, we've seen a lot of people start to show up here, a lot of traffic starting to build up here on this road. We know that there was a weapon found around the area, and we also know that this was an area that was searched before. People asking what happened, the sheriff saying that they did have someone come through and explaining exactly what caused them to come back.
Joint team comprised of BCSO deputies and FBI agents were conducting an open field search of a field where we had already checked once before, but due to high brush, we made a conscious decision to head back out there and check again. They found what we believe to be a body at this point.
And while they're not exactly sure who that body is, Sheriff Javier Salazar said it will take a couple of days to identify whoever that person may be. Again, adding that there was a firearm that was found with the body, and with the Camila Olmos case, there was an undisclosed weapon to the public that they found as well. And they're saying that it's going to take a couple of days, but it was hard to see Sheriff Salazar get choked up, just explaining that Camila had a couple of things going on in her life and that she was having a tough time. Again, they're not entirely sure exactly who it is. It'll take a couple of days to have that information. Mandy, Jonathan?
And the sheriff did say this is not the outcome that we were hoping for. The fact that it could be Camila is something that is a distinct possibility. As you mentioned, Destiny, she had so much going on in her personal life. She was a 19-year-old. It's the holidays, that she was going through a hard time with the breakup. What exactly was he saying about that, the sheriff?
I mean, you hit the nail on the head. He mentioned that a relationship had recently ended. She was a student. She was going through things at school. She was going through things with family and friends, typical things that you would expect to hear from a 19-year-old. Again, we do not know for sure that this is Camila Olmos, but one thing that I can confirm is that right after that press release, when Sheriff Salazar finished talking, that clear alert that was put out for Camila was canceled.
All right, Destiny, thanks a lot for that. Also worth noting, the sheriff getting emotional at times during that press conference as he updated us. One of the other updates that he did in an unrelated case, there was another teen who was missing, a 14-year-old, Sofia Gabriela Peters-Cobos. That was a separate incident, but the sheriff confirming that that teen has since been found safe, is with family.
However, 17-year-old Angelique Johnson, who has been missing from Exeter Road near Petrenko since last week. She is still missing. They are still looking for her.
But again, the headline tonight, a body has been discovered or was recovered roughly about 4:45. The sheriff giving us an update right now. No positive identification that it is, in fact, 19-year-old Camila Olmos, who's been missing for the better part of roughly a week or so. But they did mention that there was a gun that was found nearby, that there was also a gun that was missing from one of the relatives as well.
And deputies did go to her family, which was just a couple hundred yards away from where she lived and where the body was found, to let them know, not that it necessarily was Camila, but that a body had been found, just doing their part to keep the family updated in what has been a tragic, horrible time for them. The loved ones, the friends that have been pouring their hearts out, searching for Camila and hoping for a different outcome than the one that we may be facing.
We know that the sheriff's office had been searching. We know that FBI agents, we know that Texas EquiSearch from over in Houston was out here as well. And this story has made national headlines. People from across the country.
Yeah, Texas EquiSearch was there, and of course they do amazing job. I want to show you this. Today there was helicopter in the area, and let me show you. They were right over. Gotta watch about 2 minutes of this. And just gotta wait here. This is her. This is her home, right here. That's her home. And you're going to see here shortly that they're going to pan over the chopper. They're going to look right behind here. Here's their home. That's the school. And then right here is where she was found, somewhere like right in here. Yeah, I mean that's the reason they didn't see her on camera anywhere. Even today, before she was found, Camilla's father said that wasn't her. And as you can see, it's like right behind the house. And then I think if I go back and look again. Yeah, maybe just go here, but they pan. And so they found her somewhere in the woods and the grasses right through here. I mean, they were so close. Very, very close. And you see there's, this is the business that's right behind their house. I don't know what this is. It looks like a tire place or maybe junk crusher or something like that. But I mean, truly less than like 1,000 feet. She was not Winterberry. She was not getting any help. The sheriff said that this was undiagnosed depression and that she hadn't. I'm sorry, Ginger. Landscape company right behind her house where she was found. Correct. Yes. Absolutely. I wonder why nobody has come forward and said that they heard. I don't think it would have been noticeable from maybe that, far away or whatever. And it was very early on in the morning. It appears as well. Haven't seen her around tonight. Okay, what else do we got? One morning I felt I couldn't get up. I couldn't stop crying. I called out to God. He come. Oh, that's amazing. Yeah, it's depression is one of those things, and you can. Hey, Maurice, good to see you, honey. You can feel like you have absolutely no way out, right? But there's always nothing is forever. Nothing is forever at all. Okay, we got some more stuff coming in, I think, here. And let me just check 1 second. So, again, I still have questions that, like, okay, here we go. This was earlier uh, there today. As you can see, guys, hold on. My chat completely froze. I don't know what happened. 1 second. Okay, sorry about that. My chat completely froze. I couldn't see anyone's comments. It's very weird.
Hola, ¿qué tal, amigos de las redes sociales? Nos encontramos justamente aquí frente a este negocio en donde en estos momentos se está llevando a cabo
I mean, if like this is the road that's like, and then if you go this way, then that's our
una
house.
investigación de las autoridades del condado Béjar. Hace tan solo unos minutos, el alguacil del condado Béjar confirmó que habían encontrado un cuerpo justamente en este negocio que se encuentra aquí, que se llama Burning Bush. Estamos a tan solo unas cuadras, unos minutos de donde se encontraba toda la investigación, desde donde estaba el centro de comando, muy cerca de la residencia de Camila Mendoza Olmos. Hasta este momento las autoridades no han confirmado
here with Hey guys, Megan Rainey here with KENS 5, and we have a big update in the case of missing 19-year-old Camila Mendoza Olmos. Just about 20 minutes ago, the Bexar-County Sheriff confirmed that a body has been found here at this landscaping company that's just right in the located behind where her neighborhood is, where she lives. So really could just be minutes away from where she disappeared. He could not confirm right now that it was her body, but says the clothing did match the description and that there was a gun found near the body. He wouldn't discuss the cause of death or injuries to the body. He says that still has to be officially determined by the medical examiner. But he did discuss the fact that there was a missing gun that belonged to one of Camila's relatives. Again, they haven't confirmed that that gun that they found here or the body here is Camila's or that is the relative's gun. But right now it is looking like at least he believes it could be her. He talked about her struggles with mental health and the possibility that she took her life, but that still has not been confirmed.
Oh God, sorry, I was muted. I apologize. What is Burning Bush? Burning Bush is it's a landscaping business that is 1,000 yards behind Camilla's neighborhood, her home.
But he even got emotional talking about some of the things that they uncovered during their investigation. And so really this is obviously very heartbreaking. We're still waiting on official confirmation. There's several law enforcement that are out here right now. And so as soon as we have more, we will let you know. But yeah, that is the latest on this search. And it was Bexar County, by the way, was a crew with Bexar County that discovered the body. They had searched this area previously. Again, this is a landscaping company that's just right behind her neighborhood, right behind her home off Caspian Spring. They had searched this place previously, but they decided this afternoon, let's just go ahead and give it another search. And that's when they made the discovery. Hey guys, Megan.
I mean, I'm glad that they went and searched that again. And it just shows you that you got to go back many times. There's a case here in my state where a guy like had an accident. He fell or something, like outside of his home. He was working around in his yard or something, and he was missing for over 15 years. There was searches high and low around his home, and his remains were found like in a little crevice 15 years later, like literally 10 feet from the grass. It was crazy.
Update in the search just moments ago for Camila Mendoza Olmos. The Bexar County Sheriff Javier Salazar came on the air within the last half hour saying that a body, in fact, has been found.
We do want to make this clear. The sheriff says it's still too early to tell if the body is Camila. Really, the medical examiner is going to make the final ruling on that. That could take a few days or maybe even a week. But at this point, the sheriff said that he does not suspect foul play. Let's listen to what he had to say about 20 minutes ago.
Actually, this afternoon made a conscious decision to go back to an area that had already been checked. But due to tall grass, we felt that there would be a benefit to checking the area once again. And as I mentioned, probably about 10 minutes into that search, the body was found. And definitely, if you're going through a crisis yourself, reach out and get help. If you suspect that a friend or family member is going through a tough time mentally, please get them the help that they need.
So again, that was the sheriff within the last half hour speaking for about 15 to 20 minutes in both English and Spanish for the media that assembled here at kind of a hastily called press conference that was supposed to begin about 5:15. And there are a number of takeaways from that. As he said, it's still too early to tell definitively if this in fact was Camila, but the body was found about a quarter mile from where the press conference was staged. And he said about a few hundred yards away from her northwest side home.
Yeah, so we know that she left her home, and these are the notes that I had been taking here. She left her home Christmas Eve,
right?
6:58 in the morning. She left outside her home, and the reason that her family got nervous is because she left the home and she didn't have any of her belongings with her. The only thing that she had was her car keys. Now, I want to tell you something. I know that there's been a lot of talk because yesterday there was that video that was released that. It was dash cam video. It was pretty grainy.
Very grainy.
And it was supposed, and they said it was believed that video may have been showing Camila walking alone around 7 a.m. Same day that she was reported missing, December 24th. That video was taken on Wild Horse Parkway, which again is a few blocks away from where she lived, which was on the 11,000 block of Caspian Spring. And the description of the person walking in that video matched the clothing that she had been wearing at the time, a black North Face with baby blue accents. But at this point, the sheriff said multiple times, I can't say for sure that was her in that video.
Another piece of information that came out of this that I think surprised some people: a firearm was found near the body, and also a family member had reported a firearm being missing. Now, the sheriff mentioned that they deliberately sat on that information. They had not publicly released that yet. But again, and one can make the conclusion that they're connected somehow. But again, a firearm was found near the body. The sheriff said that they have not touch that firearm yet, as of the last half hour, because they still have to do a proper investigation to determine whether, in fact, this was a suicide.
How did she get this firearm? Was it, again, they said that it was missing from the home, but had she had it a while?
Or perhaps foul play. There was some kind of homicide-related activity there. So still so early to be able to tell these things. I know people want answers, right?
Yeah.
But it's just still too early.
Yeah, we're trying to answer a lot of those questions and ask those questions of the sheriff. But I also wanted to mention that when he was talking about the body that was found, at no point did he say definitively that it was the body of a woman. I just wanted to point that out because that is still too early to tell. But the reason that this is obviously all linked together is also because the sheriff talked about there was some depression and other mental health issues that
suicidal ideations.
Yes, had been experiencing, and there was a point in the press conference where even he got choked up. He's somebody
he has 2 daughters. Yeah.
And here's the thing: when we look at this situation, we're thinking that it's San Antonio, Bexar-County, Texas, CNN, ABC News, they've all been reporting on Camila Mendoza Olmos's disappearance. So obviously, especially considering, we've heard from her aunt, her father, all of these people obviously really upset, wanting this 19-year-old girl to come back home. So this is something that's really captured the attention of so many people in our community. So I understand why people want those answers, especially right now. We all want her to.
And the sheriff even said ultimately the medical examiner will have to determine and make the official identification, and that may not come tonight. That might come tomorrow. In the meantime, he mentioned that a team had been sent to Camila's family's home to let the family know that this had occurred before he came on camera. And obviously they're processing this in their own way right now. But a lot of loose ends that still need to be connected and tied and everything. But
yeah, I think we're going to learn a lot more in the days to follow. Brother in plaid, sister in green. Oh God, I don't even want to show that photo. God, I can't show that photo. There's a photo of, I guess, the parents and the family outside when they're being told. Very bad. Very bad. And it rips your heart out. You can just see the mom. I don't know if you've ever lost someone, and when you first get that news, that's the worst. It's just the worst. It's just the worst. Oh my God, it's bad. So guys, we're going to keep you guys updated on all of this. I will be live again in about 8:30 now, about an hour and 15 minutes. We're going to be live talking on a Houston case. Cindy Marquez missing, and she's been missing since the beginning or middle part of December. And this one is a lot of strange things around it. And I don't think she went missing intentionally, in my opinion. I'll already say that. So please join me in about an hour and 15 minutes. You'll want to hear this case. There is, again, a lot of missing people right now, and they all deserve to be found, and answers, not only for them, but for their families, the loved ones, the community, all of that. So, that's okay, Debbie. That's okay, Annie. It's all right. It's what it is. I just want to share it. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. If you haven't subscribed, would greatly appreciate it. And make sure you hit that like button if you haven't yet already. Not the way we wanted it to end, but we know where she's at. And if you need help, 1-800-273-8255, 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, or you can dial 988. Much love, everyone. Thank you, Andy. Love you too, Olivia. All right, guys. God bless. See you guys in a little bit.